Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're looking at the brand new Boss DS-1W Distortion. This is the latest addition to Boss's new Waza Craft family. Now before I tell you all about this very cool pedal, take a second to smash that shiny red subscribe button below and we'll keep you up to date on all the cool gear coming your way. So Boss came out with the original DS-1 in 1978 and it immediately became a huge hit. And interestingly enough, ever since then, the color of orange has kind of been associated for a lot of people with distortion pedals. So they kind of set a template that's been copied and revered for, well, since 1978. And what Waza's doing in this premium line, they're giving you all of that from the original one, but they've also given you a second setting. So up here we have, just like you would on the normal one, you've got tone, you've got volume, and you've got distortion. But in the center, there's a switch that goes between S for standard, like the original 1978. And then over here is the C for the custom mode. And that's a newly revised discrete analog circuit that's designed to drive a tube amp, gives you more mids, 6 dB hotter, and just a fuller sound. That's what I came in on. And although I like the standard, I really like this new custom design. It works better for what I'm doing. So here's my signal chain. I'm playing my Les Paul. It's about 16 years old. I'm running it directly into the DS-1 that's being powered with a one spot. From there, it's going into a Keeley delay, the Halo delay, just so you can see how it plays with other pedals. Then running into a Fender Pro Reverb, mic to the 57 and going out to you. So later on I'll also play a Strat so you can hear what it does with single coils, but basically guitar into the box, another box, amp, out to you. Now I started on the custom, but let's go over to the standard setting. And the standard's kind of known for that sharp attack and smooth saturation and sustain. I'm gonna have everything straight up noon, but I'm gonna kick up the volume a little bit because the standard mode is 6 dB quieter than the custom. Here's my bass tone with nothing on. Now with this thing, little setup, basically straight up noon on the standard mode, sounds like this. You can really hear that kind of sharp attack, that kind of classic distortion sharp attack. Now, just for funsies, let's reference it to the custom mode. All things being equal. So yeah, that 6 dB is a big difference, but also you hear that mid punch. Let me bring it back to standard and do a few little tweaks to what I would do typically with my tone. I find that sharp attack needs a little bit of the high end rolled off, so I like it down a little bit there. Let's hear what that does. That to me kind of takes that sharpness off it a little bit, which this is all about personal taste, but that's kind of where I like to live. Now, I'm not at all loud right now. I think I'm on like 2 on my amp. So not at all loud, but it's very alive. Just will hold a note forever. Now, just for funsies, let's bring that volume, or bring down the drive a bit. The distortion's down a little bit, and it's still pretty dirty. but to me a little bit strangely warmer like that. Now if we dime this pig, so you get the idea. Now let's go over to the custom side. Again, kind of I'll put everything in the middle with the volume in the middle. See what that does. That mid-range, I think, really makes it just cut. It's guitar likes to live in that area, and if you want to get over bass and drums or whatever else is on stage, that mid really helps do it. Bring it down a bit. It's interesting with this distortion, even with the distortion really low, to me it still feels really dirty. You know, it's still got all the dirt, particularly with humbuckers. But I guess it's just there's a little more clarity, a little more, it's a little more ampy than I feel like when you really give it the goose. Very alive. Now, let's go ahead and try Strat so you can hear some single coils. So now we have my 30-year-old Fender Strat, and I'm back in the standard setting with everything basically in the middle, but the volume up a little bit. Here's my bass tone. Here it is. Now we rolled down the distortion a little bit, and I'm going to take a little bit off that high end. You know, good Stratty kind of blues tone. Bring that distortion all the way up. Now let's go over to the custom setting and put things in the middle again. Man, I love that. To me, even straight up in the middle, it's because you have that mid-range punch, it seems to take that high end, make it less kind of aggressive. A little just better for my ears. Take down that distortion a little bit. Now let me tweak it, bring down the tone a little bit, bring down the distortion a little bit, up the volume, and see what we get. To me, that's a very organic tone. You know, sounds like an amp working hard. Give it a boost on that, on the distortion. What I really like about it, with some distortion pedals, you really can't tell what guitar is plugged into it. You know, single coils, a Les Paul, or a Tele, or a PRS, they all kind of sound the same because you're getting just barraged with all this distortion. But to me, there's a real, you hear the personality of the guitar even with the distortion all the way dimed. So this pedal comes in at 150 bucks. And the Waza Craft whole line is made with premium components and they're built to last. So good on you, boss, is a great addition to that revered line, and keep it coming. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that social media crap. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, poke around the PG site. Subscribe to the magazine, why not? I know I do. This is John Bollinger, till next time.